time to get rid of this mutton chop front end on the M2.
Hey everybody, today we got a lot of boxes that just came in for the M2, starting with a new front lip. Let's see what it looks like.
This is the MHC style carbon fiber front lip. I got this from Carbon Powered. They will be linked down below. It's definitely on the more aggressive side of lips for this car. But let's go ahead and get these sharp shark fangs off.
Because I keep walking into them and it feels like a scooter to the shin.
We got the fins off and now the car sits with no lip. And running no lip on this thing, at least stock, was pretty ugly because it's hard to tell now, but this section stays black. So on other cars, I'll put a picture here on like red or something. It kind of breaks the bumper up and it makes it look a lot more boxy. But when I wrapped it, or sorry, when I had it wrapped from my boy,
Wrapped Graphics,
he did a little slit to, you know, help the color flow. And I think it looks way better like this.
I could run no lip and it wouldn't look too bad, but the car's gonna sit way higher with no lip. Lips just look better overall. Just put the damn lip on the car, man.
And just like that, the lip is on. Now, if you didn't know,
this was actually the first lip, the same style lip that I put on my car back when it was black, but I also destroyed that one, so that's why I switched to the auto ID lip. But now we're back, and I really do like it. I'm glad I didn't reorder the same one, because having a change up on the front end is really refreshing.
It's super aggressive. I really hope it lasts long. I think I installed it exactly how it was on the first time, all the same screws lined up, so I didn't have to drill anything. Actually, that's a lie. I added one screw right here because there was a bit of a gap, but other than that, everything kind of fit the same way that it did the first time.
But we're not done here. Now the lip is done, the hood is popped because we're letting the engine bay cool down, because
inside this box here, we have a beautiful set of titanium engine bay, in bay, whatever you want to call them, normal intakes. I want to show you why I'm not going to run front mounts anymore. We got the bumper off. I got one of the cones off, but look at how atrociously disgusting this is. This is only like 15,000 kilometers. You're seeing some brown. That's actually rust. And these are just full of rocks, bugs, dirt. It gets disgusting. I don't understand how these get so bad. Oh. I just knocked this out. I do not want that going through my turbos. So the new intakes will sit in the factory location, but it did come with a heat shield, so they're not gonna just get heat soaked. Let me show you guys the finished product. The blue, titanium blue, I mean, you just cannot go wrong. I love the way this looks right here. Apparently if you heat this up more, it'll change to like purple, but that's with like a blowtorch or something, you can get that finish, which probably would have been cool to do with the wrap. But I'm still happy with this. I'm also gonna get these strut braces or V braces, whatever you want to call it, in titanium, so I'm excited for that to match. But damn, man, I'm so much happier with these compared to the front mounts, and let me tell you why. So during the removal of the front mounts, not only was I disgusted and couldn't believe really how bad the cones were caked and coated in dirt and rust and just gunk, rocks, dead bugs, everything was just caught in there, but also in the inlet to one of my turbos. Like, look at this. This is like a thick layer of gunk just stuck in here. I don't even know how much of it has gone into my turbo, whatever went into the engine. I've got no idea, but you can see I cleaned it out with a cloth. It's on my finger. Like, this is, oh my God, I don't even know how this stuff got through, but it did. I want to say that I live in Canada, so our winters are pretty bad with slush, snow, salt, all this stuff in the air, and I was not running the water bag or the water filters. I don't know if this would have fully prevented this, but it probably would have helped, although I didn't run them because I just felt like, one, it's another restrictive layer for the airflow, and two, I feel like it would have just ripped anyways from rocks and stuff hitting it. Be wary if you run front mounts, like you are putting your turbos or engine at risk because of how exposed the cones and filters are to everything in the air that you drive. I will never run front mounts again. While not only do these look amazing while also maintaining the factory intake location, you get good peace of mind, they sound phenomenal.
Daniel's about to do a flyby. Sounds like shit.
that thing sounds so bad. Maybe if we can get it to echo off the stuff, it'll be a bit louder, but...
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so much louder. It's
cool? I don't know if you can hear it there. It goes like a because the second turbo intake is on the other side of the car, so you literally hear like a delay when it lets off.
Oh yeah, you hear that.
It's such an annoying thing when, I was just saying to Max, it sounds so good in person, but trying to capture it on camera when the mic doesn't pick up the right audio, it just sucks because I want you guys to hear what I hear. Like, I know the let off, like the blow off valve type noise is loud, but the spool is also way, way louder. And the biggest thing with having like the in-bay intakes is that it's so much better for the driver. Yeah, the front mounts are louder outside the car. These still make noise, but like I want to enjoy my own car, so. The revving, like stationary clips for front mounts is a lot louder, like the launch control. I'll do a launch control, but stationary sound clips for these intakes, you really don't hear anything. Like they need proper flow going into them. But.
Yeah. Yeah, it needs flow. Nah, the front mounts are like so much better for stationary.
I know, they're way louder, but you know, the exhaust sounds so bad with the valves closed.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think I formally introduced this to YouTube yet, but this is my carbon engine cover, also from CenCal Motorsport. Now, one thing I know people say when they see these in-bay intakes with kind of like an exposed box is they're like hot air intakes, but you have a little shield here. You can really feel the difference from over here to here, so it definitely does its job. Regardless, the air gets cooled before it even goes into the engine, so hotter intake is just stupid to say for a turboed car. I get asked a lot by people who have turboed cars. They say, what is the first thing I should do? I almost always recommend putting an intake on because it's the cheapest, easiest thing you can do. Good bang for your buck. You get a decent sound bump and it looks a lot cooler than like a covered black box. The cool thing too is that every car is going to sound different. It's going to make the turbo a lot louder on some, less on others, but it's always worth doing. Before I end off today's video, I want to say make sure you're subscribed because guys, I have so many parts inside our shop right there. I don't know if I want to, do I give you a teaser? Do I give you a little hint? It's handling, its performance, like it's a lot of, okay, I'll show you a little sneak peek. This is definitely the most needed thing I've had to do with this car since I've owned it. 10 months. I've had stock wheels, but now all I'm going to show you is the barrel. I'm not showing you the design. This is all you get to see.
I would like to be on the vlog.
All right, what do you have to say?
Oh, I'm hoping you're having a good day. What are you filming?
I said I would show them like a little sneak peek, so just so they would subscribe.
Oh, so that you get more subscribers.
Yeah, so I get more subscribers. Dude, I'm so excited. Okay, fine. I'll give you a little sneak on the rim design. Hold on, let me cover this up. I'm scared. Okay, I can't show you. You have to wait. I just can't. Oh, okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!